Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Kelly and my wife and I have been trying to conceive for just over 3 years now. And so we've been thinking about starting this YouTube channel for a while, so we decided to pull the trigger and start the YouTube channel. To go back a little bit about our infertility journey, we first started trying to conceive in May of 2016. We did an at-home insemination with frozen donor sperm. We got pregnant, much to our excitement and surprise. But I think in about 5 weeks, 3 days, I started bleeding heavily and had just assumed I was miscarrying. Cried for several days and then decided to take a pregnancy test to make sure my levels were going down, when in fact the tests were darker. So I went to the doctor and ended up finding out I had an ectopic pregnancy that ended up needing emergency surgery at exactly 10 weeks along. So after that, we still tried to conceive at home with donor sperm. After about a year of nothing else coming of it, we decided to go see a reproductive endocrinologist who did an HSG. Surprisingly, both my tubes were clear. The repair of my right tube had worked, but they were both what they called a slow spill, both my left and right tube. So they said my chances of getting pregnant naturally, I guess you could say, it was only 5%. So we did try a couple of IUIs, nothing came of it. So we went back to trying that home inseminations, nothing came of it. Not even a positive anything. Tracked ovulation like crazy, just did everything that we could to try and help that work. Finally, we decided to go back and see a different reproductive endocrinologist. Got another HSG, so this is about a year after the first one. He said, according to the HSG, that I should be able to get pregnant, but it's going to be a lower percentage because of the slow spill. He recommended IVF, but we couldn't afford it at that time, so we tried some more IUIs. Even at one point I had 4 mature follicles at trigger. Nothing. So then I had a couple IUIs with him. The very next month, we decided to try at home with donor sperm, and I got pregnant. I knew right away that something was wrong because I didn't get a positive pregnancy test until 13 DPO, and it was really faint. And after about a week or two, we found out that one again was ectopic. They could not locate it. My levels were going up slowly, and there was basically no uterine lining, so they just assumed it was in my tubes and I just couldn't see it yet. And that time I took the methotrexate shot because the surgery was brutal on me. So that was our second loss. So we had kind of given up after that. I had retired my Instagram TTC page. We were just heartbroken. And then I met someone who was going through IVF that had gotten the ARC fertility loan and was working with a clinic that was really affordable. And my mind was like basically blown about how affordable it was. And so we decided to give it another shot and this time do IVF. So we had a consult with Dr. Karam in December of 2018, and he gave us the all clear for IVF, said that it should work, 60 to 70% chance of it working, because my AMH is on the lower side, but it's 1.4 at the time. And then all my other tests, FHS, thyroid testing, everything else came out looking great. So we started birth control and then ended up doing an egg retrieval end of January 2019. They retrieved 18 eggs, so that was so exciting because they were shooting for 10. Recovery from egg retrieval was brutal. I could do a specific video probably all around egg retrieval and my recovery. So they gave us a call on day 3 and embryos weren't looking great. 13 of them had fertilized. By day 3 there were still 12, but he said he was going to be discarding 1 or 2 of them. they just weren't good quality. He went on to tell me that he had a 45-year-old's eggs and embryos there. They were doing far better than mine, which I'm like, thank you, I don't give a shit, but whatever. Day 5 came along and they said that they were going to freeze 9 embryos, but none of them were good quality. There was a 4 fair quality and the rest were poor quality, but they still freeze them at my clinic. I don't know. So they did that, and we decided to plan for a transfer for March 27th, 2019. I do a frozen transfer because they retrieved 18 eggs and he said that's too many to do a fresh transfer. So March 2017, we transferred 3 embryos. He had thawed 5 embryos and 2 of them died in the process and 3 survived the thaw. Again, they were still fair quality. Transferred them. 4 days later, I got a positive test. We were over the moon. We really thought, this is it. We're gonna be parents. We're gonna have a baby. I announced on Facebook because we just announced early because so many people in our family and friends have been following along our journey and cheering us on. And I wasn't even getting positive pregnancy test maybe a week, and then my betas went down. I was crushed, just crushed. So was my wife. We just thought it was it for us, but it wasn't, but we weren't giving up yet. But after doing some research, we decided to go with embryo adoption or embryo donation from another couple. And we joined some Facebook groups to get more information and see if there's anybody out there that would be a good match for us. And just about 3 weeks ago, we met the most perfect donor couple, and we're so excited. We've already completed the contracts. Everything is pretty much done and set up for the embryos to be shipped to my clinic next week. The embryos are coming from Utah, and we live in Southern California, so we used Core Cryo Labs, and they're going to be shipping them next week. It's 2 grade A quality embryos. In the donor family, they had 4 embryos, but they transferred 2 and now they have twins, so must be pretty good. They're a younger couple, so their embryos and egg quality is really good. So we're really excited to take this next step. So I'm going to take you along with our embryo adoption journey, and I'm hoping to start cycle day 1 next week, and then that will start our natural frozen embryo transfer protocol, and then that will put our transfer like August 8th-ish if my period shows up on time. So we're really excited, and thank you for following along on this journey. Give it a thumbs up, and we hope you can continue with us here on our page. Thank you. Bye.